These 7 behaviors quietly teach people your worth. Stoicism philosophy. 1. Remain calm when others expect you to break. One of the strongest signs of true power is emotional control. Most people lose respect because they react emotionally to everything around them. A small insult ruins their mood. A disagreement turns into anger. A criticism destroys their confidence for the entire day. But Stoicism teaches something completely different. It teaches that your peace should never depend on outside events or the opinions of other people. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that external events are not fully under our control, but our reactions always are. This is where real strength begins. The moment you learn to control your reactions, you stop giving people power over your mind. People often believe strength means aggression. They think powerful people are loud, intimidating, and emotionally explosive. But in reality, the strongest person in the room is usually the calmest one. Calmness under pressure quietly communicates discipline, maturity, and confidence. When someone insults you and you remain composed, they immediately realize they cannot manipulate your emotions. When someone creates drama and you refuse to participate, they lose power over you. Your calmness becomes a silent form of authority. This does not mean suppressing your emotions or pretending pain does not exist. Stoicism never teaches emotional numbness. It teaches emotional mastery. A Stoic still feels anger, disappointment, sadness, and frustration. The difference is they do not allow emotions to control their actions. Most people react instantly without thinking. But a disciplined person pauses before responding. That pause changes everything. It prevents regret. It protects peace. It creates wisdom. There is something deeply intimidating about someone who stays calm during difficult moments. Not because they are cold, but because they are centered. Their emotional stability quietly demands respect from everyone around them. The world today is full of emotional chaos. Social media rewards outrage. Arguments spread faster than wisdom. People react impulsively to everything they see or hear. But the Stoic understands that reacting emotionally to every situation weakens the mind. When you master emotional control, people begin treating you differently. They stop trying to provoke you. They stop assuming they can control your mood. They stop expecting emotional weakness from you. And over time, your calm presence becomes unforgettable. Your silence becomes powerful. Your patience becomes rare. Your ability to remain grounded while others lose control quietly teaches people your worth. 2. Speak less and observe more. One of the most underrated forms of wisdom is silence. Most people talk too much because they desperately want attention, approval, or validation. They explain themselves constantly. They reveal every plan before taking action. They argue endlessly trying to prove their intelligence. But Stoicism teaches that wisdom grows in silence, observation, and careful thinking. Epictetus once said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. The Stoics believed observation was far more valuable than endless talking. When you speak less, you begin seeing things others completely miss. You notice patterns in behavior. You understand people better. You recognize hidden intentions. People who constantly speak often reveal their insecurities without realizing it. They overshare because silence makes them uncomfortable. They fear being misunderstood. They fear not being noticed. But confident people are comfortable with silence because they do not need constant validation. There is power in speaking carefully. When your words are intentional, people listen more closely. Your voice carries weight because you do not waste it on meaningless noise. Many people destroy opportunities by talking too much. They gossip unnecessarily. They reveal weakness too quickly. They expose their plans before results appear. But disciplined silence protects your peace, confidence, and focus. Silence also creates mystery. People naturally respect what they cannot fully understand. Someone who constantly explains themselves becomes predictable. But someone who chooses words carefully creates quiet authority. Stoicism is not about becoming cold or distant. It is about speaking with wisdom and purpose. Speak when your words improve the conversation. Speak when your words create value. Speak when silence is no longer useful. Most arguments are fueled by ego. People argue not to understand each other, but to protect pride. The Stoic avoids unnecessary conflict because they understand peace is more valuable than proving a point to stubborn people. When you stop trying to explain yourself to everyone, life becomes lighter. You stop wasting energy defending your choices to people who already misunderstand you. You stop seeking approval from those committed to judging you. And eventually people notice your calm confidence. They realize your silence is not weakness. It is discipline. It is emotional security. It is wisdom quietly teaching others your worth. 3. Protect your time ruthlessly. One of the clearest signs of self-respect is how seriously you protect your time. Seneca once said that people guard their money carefully while wasting their time freely, even though time is far more valuable than money. Every second of your life matters because it can never be recovered. Yet many people allow distractions, toxic relationships, meaningless entertainment, and unnecessary drama to consume years of their lives. Stoicism teaches that life is too short to waste on things that destroy your peace or delay your growth. When you begin valuing your time deeply, people immediately notice the difference. You stop entertaining pointless conversations. You stop saying yes to everything out of guilt. You stop allowing people unlimited access to your energy. And suddenly your presence becomes more valuable. People naturally respect what is limited. If you are always available for everyone, people often take you for granted. But when your time becomes intentional, your standards become visible. The Stoics believed focus is one of the greatest forms of power. Every distraction steals a piece of your future. Endless scrolling, gossip, comparison, and meaningless habits slowly weaken the mind. But discipline strengthens it. Protecting your time also means protecting your mental space. The books you read, the people you spend time with, and the conversations you entertain all shape your thinking. Your environment quietly influences your future. Most people live reactively. They allow notifications, opinions, and distractions to control their attention all day long. But Stoicism teaches intentional living. Direct your attention toward growth, peace, discipline, and purpose. When you protect your time, you also protect your energy. You become more focused, more productive, and more emotionally stable. You stop feeling exhausted by things that never deserved your attention in the first place. People begin respecting you differently when they realize your time is valuable. They stop approaching you casually. They stop expecting endless access to your attention. And perhaps most importantly, protecting your time teaches you your own worth. It reminds you that your life is too valuable to waste on people, habits, or environments that weaken your spirit. 4. Never chase people who clearly do not value you. One of the most painful mistakes people make is chasing validation from those who clearly do not appreciate them. They beg for attention. They overextend themselves for approval. They constantly try to prove their worth to people who already decided not to value them. But Stoicism teaches that your peace should never depend on another person's recognition. Marcus Aurelius understood that human beings are imperfect. Some people will misunderstand you no matter how kind you are. Some will ignore your loyalty. Some will disrespect your effort. Once you truly accept this reality, you stop exhausting yourself trying to change people who do not want to change. There is quiet power in walking away from disrespect calmly. Most people expect emotional reactions. They expect you to beg for their attention. But when you accept reality with dignity and continue focusing on your growth, you reveal enormous inner strength. The Stoic does not force relationships. They understand that healthy relationships require mutual respect. If someone repeatedly drains your energy, ignores your effort, or only values you when convenient, their actions already tell you everything you need to know. Many people tolerate unhealthy relationships because they fear loneliness. But Stoicism teaches that solitude is far better than sacrificing your dignity to keep temporary company. Something powerful happens when you stop chasing people. Your energy returns to yourself. Your focus sharpens. Your confidence grows stronger because you are no longer abandoning your peace for validation. This does not mean becoming bitter or hateful. Stoicism never teaches revenge. It teaches wisdom. Wish people well, but never destroy your self-respect trying to keep them close. People begin respecting you differently when they see you refuse poor treatment. Why? Because self-respect is visible. Your standards quietly communicate your worth. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. Sometimes the most powerful decision is distance. And sometimes walking away peacefully says more about your value than endless arguments ever could. 5. Stay consistent even when nobody is watching. Consistency is one of the rarest forms of discipline in modern life. Most people rely completely on motivation. They work hard only when emotions feel strong. They begin goals with excitement but quit when discomfort appears. But Stoicism teaches that true character is built through consistency, not temporary emotion. Marcus Aurelius practiced discipline daily despite the pressure of leading an empire. He understood that greatness is created quietly through repeated actions performed over long periods of time. When you stay consistent, people begin trusting your character. They realize your habits are not controlled by mood. They realize your responsibilities matter more than temporary comfort. Anyone can appear strong during easy seasons. But consistency during difficult moments reveals real mental strength. Waking up early when tired. Continuing to work when results feel slow. Remaining disciplined when distractions surround you. These actions separate focused people from distracted people. The Stoics believed discipline creates freedom. Without discipline, emotions control your choices. Laziness controls your future. Impulses control your direction. Every promise you keep to yourself builds confidence internally. Every disciplined action strengthens self-respect. People notice when you continue improving without seeking applause. They notice when you stay focused while others constantly quit. Silent discipline becomes impossible to ignore over time. Most success is not created through talent alone. It is created through repeated effort long after excitement disappears. Small daily habits eventually produce extraordinary results. The Stoic understands that progress often feels invisible in the beginning. But patience is part of discipline. Keep improving even when results are slow. Keep building even when nobody notices. Because eventually consistency changes everything. Your habits shape your identity. Your discipline shapes your future. And your ability to continue moving forward quietly teaches people your worth. 6. Refuse to gossip or speak negatively about others. One of the fastest ways to reveal emotional weakness is constant gossip. People who obsessively criticize others are often deeply unhappy with themselves. Stoicism teaches that wise people focus on improving their own character instead of constantly discussing other people's flaws. When you refuse to participate in gossip, people immediately notice something different about you. They realize you value peace over negativity. They realize your mind is disciplined. Modern society rewards outrage, mockery, and criticism. Social media spreads negativity constantly. Many people bond through complaining about others. But the Stoics understood that feeding negativity slowly poisons the mind. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to focus inward. He believed energy should be spent correcting your own weaknesses rather than obsessing over the mistakes of strangers. There is also another hidden power in refusing gossip. People begin trusting you more deeply. If you refuse to speak badly about others behind their backs, people naturally assume you will treat them with the same respect. Your silence creates trust. This does not mean pretending everyone is perfect. Stoicism is realistic about human flaws. But there is a major difference between wise observation and destructive negativity. Weak people spread gossip for attention. Wise people solve problems calmly and directly. When you remove gossip from your daily life, your mind becomes lighter. Your conversations become more meaningful. Your relationships become healthier. People quietly admire individuals who stay above unnecessary drama. They admire people who remain calm while everyone else feeds chaos. Your refusal to participate in negativity teaches people something important about your character. It reveals maturity, self-control, and wisdom. And in a world filled with noise, negativity, and endless criticism, quiet integrity becomes incredibly rare. Rare qualities naturally command respect. 7. Walk away from anything that destroys your peace. One of the strongest signs of self-worth is knowing when to walk away. Many people remain trapped in toxic relationships, unhealthy environments, and destructive habits because they fear change or loneliness. But Stoicism teaches that inner peace is priceless. The Stoics believed your mind should never become enslaved to external chaos. If a relationship constantly drains your energy, if an environment destroys your focus, or if certain habits weaken your spirit, wisdom demands distance. Walking away is not weakness. In many situations, it requires enormous courage. Most people continue tolerating disrespect because they hope things will magically improve someday. They ignore warning signs. They silence their intuition. But every day spent in unhealthy situations slowly damages confidence and emotional stability. When you finally choose peace over chaos, your entire energy changes. Your thoughts become clearer. Your confidence becomes stronger. Your spirit feels lighter because you are no longer betraying your own well-being. There is tremendous power in protecting your peace without creating drama or seeking revenge. The Stoic understands that not every battle deserves attention. Sometimes the greatest victory is simply refusing to participate. Walking away also teaches people your standards. It shows that your peace is not available for manipulation, disrespect, or emotional chaos. Life becomes calmer when you stop forcing yourself to remain connected to things that constantly destroy your spirit. You begin thinking more clearly. You begin living more intentionally. And perhaps this is the greatest Stoic lesson of all: your worth is not measured by how much pain you tolerate. Your worth is measured by how deeply you respect your own mind, energy, and peace. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for more powerful Stoic wisdom that will strengthen your discipline, confidence, and mindset. Join this growing community and continue your journey toward inner peace and mental strength.